Welcome. We're so happy to present Daymé Arocena and Danáe Olano in concert today with Humber Music. It's super exciting for all of us. Daymé, I don't think you've ever played for Humber before, right?
No, I don't think so. I believe I have been there once.
Yeah.
With Jane Bonetta Makeke. I don't know if it was a class or something like that, but honestly, I cannot even remember because it was a long time ago. No, we went to a radio show at Humber College.
Okay.
It was a radio show. Now I remember, but it was ages ago. Yeah.
Well, then it's high time we get things moving. I just, now that we have Andy on the call, I just want to introduce all that don't know Dr. Andrew Scott, our program coordinator for the Bachelor of Music. Do you want to say hello, Andy?
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Well, thanks, Hannah, for the introduction. And yeah, it's nice to, I mean, I know many of you, but it's nice to be in this role. As some of you know, I've been on the administrative side of things for the last number of years as Associate Dean and Acting Dean of the Old School of Creative and Performing Arts. And so I'm glad to be the coordinator and back in the classroom leading an ensemble this semester, and looking forward to getting to know all of you. And I think that I should also just acknowledge the great work that, first of all, Ryan McNabb has put into today's event, having facilitated all things technological. So thank you so much, Ryan. And also a big shout out to Hannah for her leadership and her artistic vision for putting together any number of wonderful events, but certainly this being one that's ranks very highly up there. So thanks, Hannah, for all that you do, and welcome, Daymé.
And Dana, welcome, Dana. Glad you're both here. So, what do you want to say hi now that you're here?
Hi. Sorry, I'm late. I was having trouble with my password on the computer on the Zoom thing. Yeah. I'm here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited that we get to present this concert today. So from what I understand, we'll all watch the concert on the YouTube link that's provided. Is it right there on the screen, Ryan?
I can post it to the chat, but it's on the Eventbrite event page as well.
Okay, thanks. It's so confusing between Zoom and Eventbrite and YouTube. So let's all watch it together, and then we're gonna come back. Just stay on the Eventbrite Zoom call, and then we'll have a chat with both women once the concert's through. I know you're gonna love it. Here we go. It's gonna take about 60 seconds to get started.
Okay, entonces esto es Humber College Concert. Acción. Yeah, Maya. Oh, don't believe yeah, Maya. Yeah, Maya, shikini. Omo lode, omo didi, oh. Hey yo, lade. Omo lode, omo didi, oh. Hey yo, lade. Olupa al amor danse. Yeah, 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 yeah. Olupa al amor danse. Y yo shung ya yemaya ya oshun ya yemaya ya yemaya le 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 la 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 ya yemaya olupa shikindi olupa a la modance, a la modance. Chiquití, llama ya, a chapar. Ay, Oshun, mi madre, yo te quiero cantar. Ay, Oshun, mi madre. Yo te quiero cantar, de corazón te vengo a decir que gracias, que gracias, que gracias, que gracias por estar aquí. Yeah, my Hello. Hello, Humber College. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure for us to be here making a concert for you in this kind of weird, virtually way. I mean, I prefer just to be with you, just to hug people, just to get the connection and the vibe. But at least we have this kind of technology things to do things and to perform and to get connected. So I really hope you are enjoying this show and you get the vibe with the same beautiful energy that we are sending it to you. It's a pleasure for me to share this, let's say, gig with my friend. We know each other since we were so little, like I'm telling you, probably we were like 10 years old when we met. We studied together all the way long at the music conservatory. She's been in all my projects, and she always followed my crazy ideas. So I'm always blessed. I feel always blessed to have her performing with me. Her name is Dánae Olano on piano. And you can see how amazing she is. So let's play some more music and we keep talking. Okay, this next song is a song that is part of my latest album Sonocardiogram, and the name is Not For Me. Carry my soul to the darkness is not for me, no, for me, no, for me. Living forever with sadness is not for me, no, for me, no, for me. I'm watching some people dying, that's not for me. No, for me, no, for me. Nations with flaws to divide us are not for me, no, for me. And you're saying what I feel, yeah. I need you more than ever to resolve the things that I know, yeah, I know, I know, yeah, yeah. I know, yeah, I know, I know. Carry my soul to the darkness is not for me, nor for me, nor for me. Living forever with sadness is not for me, nor for me, nor for me. I'm watching some people dying, that's not for me, nor for me, nor for me. Nations with flaws to divide us are not for me, nor for me. And you're saying what I feel. If love won't last forever, need you more than ever. Help us to be free. I need you to be free. Yeah, freedom. uh, well, that's kind of it's kind of emotional song for me. Yeah, especially these days. So this next song is is so special. We will play these two songs kind of together. This next two songs kind of together, even though they are like in different albums and uh, but they both are all about love and all about pure love. So the first song is called "Come to Me," and is is a song that I wrote for my first album called Nueva Era. And the second song is part of my latest album, Sonocardiogram, that is called Minuet para un Corazón. So let's see, what do you think about that? Sé que todo se merece. Y sé que al fin la luz desvanece. Pero aquí adentro un corazón está muriendo por tu amor. Suena en tu reflejo solo una oportunidad de empezar. Si la vida nos separará, pero no significa el final. Si la tierra se nos abrirá, pero con suerte no se acabará. Si sé todo de ti, puede que encuentre lo bello de encontrar. Si la vida nos separará, pero no significa, corazón, que hoy come to me. Hoy come to me. Hoy come to me. Hoy come to me. La da da la do do. Na 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 na. La da da na da do do. Na na di. Hoy come to me. Hoy Tengo un corazón para entregar en busca de sonrisa y humedad. Con su color añil sale a navegar de tu amor, tratando de huir. Y tengo un corazón en alta mar. Desespero y busco dónde anclar. Si lo detengo aquí y apunto el eje inicial para arribar y saber de ti, puedo intuir que al instante de partir se hunde el barco en el mar con su reloj de latir. De latir. Dánae Olano on piano. Yes, yes. So uh, this is such a beautiful journey. Uh, all all these crazy things that we have been through, but we have been learning. We have been learning a lot. and appreciating things. Um,
Appreciating little things, simple things in life that we take it for granted before, and now all of a sudden, like, it's all we need. Like, we need to get together with friends. We need to be sharing music with, live doing live music with people, so we get energy back. And yeah, but we'll get there. I hope. I hope so.
yeah, yeah. It makes me emotional sometimes to think about it, but honestly, music will save us. I I I trust music. So, can you imagine this world without music? Um, could be disaster. Oof, we cannot live this world without music. So people should consider us more sometimes. We are not lazy people. We are actually giving people and sharing our gift with people. So sometimes I just like to talk about that. Let's play this song that is a guajira. Guajira is a Cuban rhythm from the countryside. It's kind of tricky because it combines like three, three, 4, and 6/8. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? So it's it's hard even to dance. I don't dance that honestly, and I dance a lot, but that one is like weird. So, but I wrote this wahida for my album Cubafonia, and I just feel it gets the wahida vibe, but at the same time, it it's got some taste. So let's see what do you think about it. Okay, the name of this song is Maybe Tomorrow. On the t- on the t- on the on the t- on the Maybe tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I will close my heart. Maybe I will know to be a little stronger. He's the moon, he's the sun, he's the smile. He said tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I will stop and fly. Maybe I will know to keep my dreams beside me. But in this moment, I know it's not in my hands. My heart is open, still it is an ocean. My mind is shining, the light is going far. My body's searching for the soul to find it. I just wanna love and feel it, giving me my life. I just wanna love and feel it, giving me back my life. Ouch. Maybe tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I will stop and fly. Maybe I will know to keep my dreams beside me. But in this moment, I know it's not in my hands. My heart is open, still it is an ocean. My mind is shining, the light is going far. My body's searching for the soul to find it. I just wanna love and feel it, giving me my life. I just wanna love and feel it, giving me my life. I just wanna love and feel it, giving me my life. I just wanna love, 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 I just wanna love. I feel it giving me my life. Yeah. Some do the women that better drop a bit, that drop a bit, some do that, ouch. Echa. Yeah. Mm. In Cuba we don't have music schools that offer programs for jazz music. Not even for not even for original scores, or it's all about classical, like European classical stuff. So you spent years, long years, playing like Bach and Mozart and Chopin, right? And Brahms, woo, Wagner, and those guys that sometimes they feel so far away from us and the music that we actually have back home, and the music that we would like to play. So I remember the first time I came to Canada, I realized about that you guys have music, like jazz music programs and that kind of stuff here. I was like, I wish I could study in that kind of programs. Have you thought about it? Have you think about it in your life? Like, what about if I had the chance to study in this kind of schools and learn like the practicing stuff and the like all the theory, the history, that we have to make long research by our own side, because there is no schools to give us that kind of information. And I just wanted to let you know, guys, that you are really lucky. As some people in the world like us, we don't have that kind of program. So you have that access. We have to make our own research. So we are still learning. It's always anything, any feedback, any advice is always welcome, because we are always learning, and especially about this jazz music. And I wanted to talk about that before this track that is called Mambo Nama, because one time I was in New Orleans, and I was dancing in the second line, the streets. Yeah, I was like, yeah. And then I realized, oh my God, this music is too it's too similar to mambo music. It's an authentic Cuban genre. People could tell you maybe from Mexico, or I don't know. You can swear it's a Cuban genre, and is created by guys like Damaso Perez Prado, Benny Moré. We had like big guys, and it was probably the first incorporation of big band in Cuban music. We had this combination of things. So I said, what about if I make a song with not lyrics or anything like that? I just want to say mambo is probably the first genre that connected us in this new world, let's say in this new age. United States and American and jazz music with Cuban music is probably the mother of what we call today Latin jazz and things like that. So I hope you enjoy this version of Mambo Namada. We are going to try. for the first time today for you guys. Let's see what's going on. Okay. I said one. I said two. I said ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 oh, send the better the way on there. So that so that don't so that so that mambo nama. Mambo nama, do they? I don't do oh do they? So do this. About the bottom, see body bound, do they? Mambo nama, oh do they? So about the bottom, see body bound. So that do it, do it. Not a way that we did. Set up oh. So that don't do me, ande mambo nama. Mambo nama. Mambo nama. Sebadabadi unde badam sebadi pa. Well, I hope you got the vibe at least. The vibe at least. Yeah? You felt it. I'm pretty sure. So, just before to say bye, right? I really want to say thank you to all the beautiful people that made this concert happen. Um, I have to say thank you so much, Hannah, and all your team. Also, thank you so much to Hilario Duran, who made the connection uh, with Hannah and everybody at Humber College to make this happen. And it's a pleasure for us to be part of this, let's say, musical series. I don't know, probably. And I have to say thank you so much always to this partner in crime, Dánae Olano, who is always here to help me with my ideas and play music with me. I have to say thank you to her husband who made some he pressed some buttons. He pressed down some buttons. Uh, I mean, around there, my husband Pablo Dewing, who is in all the camera stuff, is the videographer, and he's always supporting me and making stuff together. That's how we do it now. This is how we do it. So and before to say bye, let me introduce you to this song. It's a cha-cha-cha. It's another Cuban genre. Um, that people think is maybe Mexican or is maybe, I mean, Mexicans, I don't have any problems with you guys. I mean, I love you guys. But it's just funny that sometimes people associate that these genres are from anywhere in the world, but not Cuban. Yes. Cha cha cha, that you probably have heard or said that in your life more than once. Cha 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 is a Cuban genre. Is created by a guy called Enrique Jorin, and I want to perform this cha 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 for you. The name of this song is Lo que fue, and it's part of my second album, Cuafonía. And let's see if you dance a little bit. If I play this track for you in live, I mean in person, I'll teach you how to dance cha cha cha. Okay? Let's okay. Say Ana. An, as, tres, Nunca fue lo que fue, corazón, solo fue lo que tú me dejaste. Cada beso en ti emana dolor, el dolor que en mi pecho grabaste. Pero al fin se acabó, tu recuerdo murió, la tristeza desapareció. Dale, ahora ya es muy tarde. Dale, yo sé que te entregaste. Mientes y me reprochas que me fui. Y el amor que te di tú me quieres gobernar y eso no. Nunca fue lo que fue, corazón, solo fue lo que tú me dejaste. Cada beso en ti emana dolor, el dolor que en mi pecho grabaste. Pero al fin se acabó, tu recuerdo murió, la tristeza desapareció. Dale, ahora ya es muy tarde. Dale, yo sé que te entregaste. Mientes y me reprochas que me fui. Y el amor que te di. Pero al fin se acabó, tu recuerdo murió, la tristeza desapareció. Can I stand? No, maybe, yeah. Can I? No, maybe, no. I wanna dance, I wanna dance. Y tú dices, qué risa me da. Qué risa me da. Qué risa me da. Qué risa. Oh, pero qué risa tú me das. Qué risa me da. Si nunca fue lo que fue, cámara. Qué risa me da. Tú me pagas con mentiras. Qué risa me da. Yo te entrego la vida. Qué risa me da. No me engañes más. Qué risa me da. No me chocolate, caramelo, ni flores, no esperes que te perdone. Ahora ya es muy tarde, dale, yo sé que te entregaste y aún reprochas que me fui. Y el amor si tú me quieres gobernar, ¿qué te di? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dana. Thank you. See you in the class. Bye.
Hey everyone, welcome back. That was so wonderful. Such a great concert. Yes, please make your applause heard. Yes, now you can see it. We'll just keep on clapping until you can all hear it. Look at, there we go.
That's sweet. That's so sweet.
That was great. We were definitely feeling it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of strange at the end of the day to make a concert that way. But I feel that the vibe at least was there. So
The vibe was definitely there. Do you want to tell everybody that you were still working on it at 3 a.m.?
actually, I was working on it until 8 a.m. But
Oh my gosh.
I got a nap in between 5, and I had to wake up at 7, and I didn't hear the alarm, so I woke up at 8, like because exporting the video takes quite long, and the computer said it was going to take around 2 hours to export. So I got the chance to sleep a little bit for a couple of hours before delivering the video to you guys.
Well, it worked out and it was fantastic. We're so thrilled.
Thank you.
I thought we could have a bit of a chat for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. And then we can just, if people need to jump off, then do that. But we'll post all of this to Humber Music YouTube channel. So let's just get right into it. Daymé, you're from a musical family, right?
Well,
right?
I mean, my family it's not made by professional musicians, but I always say that music was the guidance in my house, because Dana and I, we were born the same year, 1992. That was a really special moment in Cuba. It's called the special period.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of problems and electricity issues and things like that. And I remember that we used to have like 3-4 hours of electricity a day, per day. And my family used to play music with anything. They used to play rumba in between those, those blackouts, let's say. So music made us always happy, even though we were passing through really difficult moments. I remember everybody at home. We used to be 14 people in a two bedroom apartments, 1 bath. And I remember all of those guys, my aunts, my uncles, my niece, no, not niece, I didn't have niece, my cousins, playing rumba and dancing and having fun, So I grew up with that vibe. And as a philosophy of life that I have still today, when I have a problem or when I have an issue or things are not going the way I wanted to be, I always step back a little bit and think about my family struggling and back those days, and still having fun and singing and dancing and giving this beautiful vibe. And I said, hey, Dayme, everything is gonna be fine, because at the end of the day, all we need to do in life is to face it with beautiful energy, positive energy, and good vibes. And music gives you that.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's an incredible perspective. Dánae, you want to jump in here?
Okay, here I am.
Did you also grow up in a musical family?
Well, my great grandmother, she was a piano teacher, and my grandma, she made my grandma learn music, and my grandma wasn't into it. Like my grandma was a disaster. She would prefer to go. She was the third. She was the third of the three kids, so she was the one that always will always be making trouble. She preferred to play on the street with her brothers and all that rather than being playing piano. So I remember, like, at the house I was born at, there was a piano, and that was my great grandmother piano. And she, I mean, she had many books and all that, but of course, I obviously so little, I wasn't into it. I was just into the piano, and my mom tells me that there was one day she will find me on the room where the piano was at, and I will be playing the piano, and I will be saying to the piano, "No, that's not what I want," because I wanted, I wanted it to sound like one of the nursery songs that we have in Cuba. So I was trying to make the piano play whatever I had in my head, and it wasn't work. It doesn't work like that. So after that, like, my mom started, taking me to art class to become an actress, and then from there, the professor discovered that I had aptitudes for, to be a singer, or to, like, more musical thing than just acting. So he took me to a vocal ensemble for kids, and then from there, I started my journey on the music world. Yeah.
That's so great. And then you met when you were kids
Yes.
through music, or just how did you meet?
Through
We
music.
studied together at the same music conservatory, all the way through, because you studied like the primary school for in between 5 to 7 years. It depends of the instrument that you pick, and then you go to the high school, pre college, let's say like that. Is what we call in Cuba bachelor. I know bachelor here is something different, but in Cuba, is that moment is called bachelor, and we also studied in the same school too. Always in same school, same classroom. Uh, yeah, we have been together for a while since we were 10 years old. A lot.
It's pretty special, it's a pretty special musical friendship.
Yeah.
It's a good as time as any to talk about education. Musical education in Cuba is so different than here, and you mentioned it in the concert, just learning classical music, and I wonder if you want to talk a little bit about how you came up in music, because you've done so many things,
Well,
even your chorale music and conducting and such like that, right?
yeah, first of all, in Cuba, we don't have like, let's say, like vocal class. So the closer thing we have to study any vocal thing is choir conducting, or I mean, I'm trying to translate the name of the career in English. So it's like you can become a singer for a choir, or a conductor for a choir. Those are the careers that you can pick to study in Cuba. So I studied choir conducting. That is all about singing classical music from Schubert, from Mozart, a lot of Mozart, a lot of Bach, like a lot, Wagner, a lot. That is basically a training that um, is hard, because you're singing in German and you don't speak German, or it's weird basically, and is this kind of music that give you a lot of technique. So basically, you get technique to do things, and technique is pretty useful to make happen, to make work all the things that are happening here in your mind. So maybe you have an idea, but you don't have the skills to do it. But with good technique, it's easier to make that happen, right? But honestly, it's way far. It's too far away of the music that we actually have in Cuba. And it's something that I have been pointing and saying for a while, that we have to incorporate more our own music and any other like popular music or jazz music in the programs of music in Cuba. So um, basically you have to make this double school, the school at the conservatory and the school of the street. You have to be learning both things. You have to be good at the school, but at the same time you have to be watching what's happening in the street and going and jumping in jam sessions and performing, because that's the only way to learn actually what's the music that you're going to perform. Not everybody that graduated from the music conservatory is actually gonna perform classical music.
Yeah.
I can tell that probably 90% of us, when we leave the school, all we want to play is Cuban music or jazz music or popular music, but not really uh, classical, like European classical music. What can you say about it, Hannah?
In my case, like same thing. Like I had to. I remember it just came up to my mind when you said right now that you have to. It's like a double school that you have to learn at school all the classical stuff that they teach you, and those are the main tools, for us to do whatever we want afterwards, right? And then the street, the school of the street. And I remember when we decided to, okay, let's turn this into like, let's start playing popular music. Let's get into some jazz standards, or let's get into, a different word. I remember Dayme and I sitting on the piano. Okay, what is D? This is C. Because the musical notation, that's another thing. They don't teach us that. So it's a complete different, it's a totally different language. Once you decide to start reading in the North American, language, like general, right? So we will be like, okay, C major 7. What is that? Okay, to the piano. Like, what is C? It was like learning again all over. It was like all those years that we've been studying classical music, like really serious. It was we're not, we couldn't use it at that point, because the musical notation is like do re mi fa sol la si, and you go all the way through the musical education with that. They don't teach you what is C, what is A, what is B, what is that, and then you get something when we are in the third year of the bachelor's degree. You get what they call popular harmony, and that's where you get jazz harmony. I'm sorry for
Pretty
what I
basic.
say. Excuse me. No, that's a bullshit.
Honestly, you have to do in our case, for example, at that time we had another 30 classes to go. So you cannot even focus on that, because you have to do math, Spanish, English, and a lot of stuff, chemical, physics,
Chemistry.
chemistry.
Yeah.
So you are doing a lot of stuff at the same time, and you have 1 hour a week, no, 45 minutes a week. After 8 years studying classical music, just once, how do you say, semester, like,
Yeah, a semester.
yeah,
Yeah, one
just
term.
one term 45 minutes a week, a professor telling you, okay, A means la, do, mi. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh. That's what you learn basically in the school. And then in the street, people are like playing tumbas and a lot of harmonies. You're like, oh my God, I need to study, I need to study.
That's another thing that I just gotta tell, because people gotta know what happens when you try to start playing tumbas. Like you start hearing, oh, charanga manera. I remember me being at the first level of musical education, and we were all trying, to get into the piano, play tumbao. And if someone catches you doing that, they will be like, oh, you cannot be doing that. You're going to break the piano. Why are you doing that? I'm going to report you to the director. And you will get something, like a paper sign that, you will get a report. And I'm like, okay. And then we didn't understand at the time how awful that would be for a kid, because they're all into like, okay, classical music, that's all. And then you realize like, okay, this is my music. How come I cannot learn a tumbao? That's my interest. It's in my veins, like I was born in here. Why I cannot play, why it isn't why it is not possible for me to do it.
Yeah.
So then when I was finishing Amadeo Rodin, that's the second level, that's the bachelor's degree, Dayme and I started doing, you remember, like trying to get gigs and trying to do things like all the other friends of us, like all the guys, especially because they were out there, already. But we were trying to do something, with more than the classical thing at school. And I remember my piano professor saying like, okay, you're gonna lose all the technique. I don't want you to be playing on the electrical piano.
Yeah, I remember that.
Your technique. At some point, that could affect my technique. I mean, what she didn't want me to do was to lost interest on classical music, which I didn't, because I finished my musical education at the University of Art. I went to many piano competitions because I wanted to do it. But on the other hand, I wanted to do something else. And why not? I mean, I will be like crazy, okay? 6 hours to 8 hours. My mom will be calling my piano professor, okay, take that kid out of the piano. Could you do something? Because she's driving me crazy. But that was the only way that I will be able to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And to gain that confidence on my, with my piano teacher, that cost me it took time for her to realize that, okay, this kid wants to do both things. I gotta let her be, and that's something that's a pressure that you get from professors sometimes that is not good if you aren't strong enough. They can even cut your interest for something else that maybe you will become a greater, on that world, like let's say jazz world, popular music world, in general, timba, whatever you want to do, just let it be, because that's what we study for, to make music. So yeah, sometimes it can be really really hard for us to play.
But you walked into your inheritance, right? You both walked into your inheritance, and how did that go when you started playing professionally, and then how did it go? I mean, were you out touring before you moved here? How did that whole thing happen that you started working in North America?
Well, I believe in both cases, we have some common factors and some others are different. But for example, when we graduated, we really wanted to play. That's all we wanted to do. So we created a jazz group, a female jazz group called Alami. We were four girls, all graduated from the school. We had ideas, we wanted to play, we wanted to do stuff, and they made it difficult for us, like really hard. We wouldn't get gigs at all, or things like that. It was really hard times because first of all, in Cuba, you need the authorization of the government to perform, and it's a long process. It takes a while. You go through evaluations and stuff. Evaluations that are made for people that are not even musicians. Sometimes it's weird. It's a weird system in every single aspect. But anyways, and then we never got the authorization of the government to perform. So all we could do was to perform for free, but we couldn't get paid for performing. So it made it hard for us to actually get to be in the scene, right? And it was until actually in a jazz fest in Havana Jazz Fest that if you have been there, guys, let me tell you something. Doesn't matter how much you pay to see a concert, we don't get paid. Like non-musicians get paid in the jazz festival in Cuba. So we were allowed to perform because yeah. So we were at the jazz festival, and we actually met Jane Bonnet and Larry, and Jane was really excited about us performing and playing, so she decided to invite us to a jam session. Then I started performing with her in the group she had at that time that is called the Spirit of Havana, and I made a couple of tours with them before actually saying, "Hey, what about this female project? I'm bringing more girls together and doing something nice about women." So we had the Girls of Alami, and we had at the very beginning Jusa, that is an amazing singer, songwriter, bass player, guitarist, God level. And we had GC Garcia on drums, a killer drummer, another great composer. So we we built up this first project that for me is like a jazz collective, because everybody puts things together, everybody compose, everybody arrange, everybody is active, and we created what you know today as Maqueque. And Maqueque won the Juno, and then people in Cuba were like, "What happened to those girls?" Like, whoa, really? So we were already in the world performing and doing and playing, and we weren't allowed to perform in Cuba. It was kind of funny, but that was the way that happened, right? So after that, we kind of, I mean, Dan and I and Maqueque in general, we kind of not split, but what happened to me is that just 2 months before the first tour of Maqueque, I met Giles Peterson in an open mic in like a competition. Giles Peterson is a big guy in the UK. He owns a record label, and he decided to sign me as a solo artist. So what happened is that I started my solo career kind of at the same time that Maqueque started rising up, right? So at certain point, I wasn't able to do tours with them and do my own tours, and so it made it more difficult. But honestly, it makes me so happy to see that all my colleagues, my friends, the girls that had those drinks with me, Dana, at that time we were Dana, Celia Jimenez, and Madelisa Sabine, who is here in Canada too, and has a band called Okan with her wife, Elizabeth. We all have we all have made our dreams come through. We all have have been touring around the world, performing, playing, getting paid for what we do. So honestly, all I can say through this is like, move on, keep going. Sometimes the beginnings can be really hard, but you don't know what's next for you. So just keep pushing and keep trying. That maybe when you think you are lost, the light comes through and just start touring around the world.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Dana, you want to say something here about your experience?
Well, my experience was like once we started the first tour, after that I'll be on the second year of the university, and I wanted to finish it, right. I even went to one big one of the biggest competitions we have down in Cuba for classical music is UNIAC. Dayme was there in the audience, and with this said, like, I had to make arrangements. I couldn't get, low marks on my assignments at school, because then they won't allow me. Okay, they won't give me authorization to go out with Gain and Makeke. So I had to make arrangements with the principal of the piano department. Okay, I want to do 2 exams in one, so I can go on tour. We have four exams during the, 2 each semester, 2 and 2, and they can be. It is not like one piece of music. Okay, it is like a recital, each one of them. So I made arrangements with them. I had to, eat piano, eat the piano all day long, starting going crazy at the university to, get a piano to study, then go to this other lesson and all that, in order to finish what I started and what I love, and then go out and perform and tour and do the other thing, the fun thing, Yeah, so that was the way I was able to do it. Then I graduated, and then boom, Jane told me, okay, you can come to Canada if you want to come to Canada and develop, musically, and get closer to the jazz scene and something else. You can stay with us, and then I moved to Canada and I lived with Jane for about 2 years, I think, 2 years, 3 years maybe, and then, well, I moved in my own. Yeah, but and I'm grateful for that. So I've been able to keep doing music, and thanks, Dayme, for inviting me to this concert. This is, I think, this
Yay!
Yay.
learning new music.
That's great. It's great. So last question here. Daymé, you've had a lot of wonderful collaborations, and I wonder if you want to tell us about a couple of them now.
Well, so honestly, I have been lucky to jump in a stage with people that I have been loving for a while, and I keep the hope to perform with some others. But most of my greatest experience are always in jazz festivals and things like that. And the first crazy experience for me about collaborating with a big guy was in a festival that is called Worldwide in Set, France. I received a call. I was dancing in the beach. This is Dayme normally. Dancing in the beach, like a DJ party, boom, boom, boom. And then a friend of mine, I see him running with his phone. He's like, Dayme, you have a call. And then when I got the phone, it's Giles, and Giles tells me, do you know that Eji Moda is here performing today? And I said, yeah, I'm not gonna miss that concert. And he said, right. So he wants to perform with you. And I was like, you are joking. Like, really? that's not real. I stopped dancing. That's weird. Like I stopped dancing. I was like, no. So I didn't have even clean clothes to perform that day, and I was performing in white clothes. I mean, I wasn't ready to perform. So I jumped into the stage. We didn't rehearse nothing. It was just like, I want to improvise a little bit with this woman. Her name is Daymé Arocena, and I jump in the stage, and then I started singing this song with him, and he's like the kindest, and he's like one of my music teachers, I say, because I studied a lot of skating from him. And then he says that actually for the next gig, the next act of the festival was 2 years. And then Rogers jumped in the stage, and then I saw myself performing with Rogers and Edgy Mode at the same time. I was like, this is not happening. Someone has to wake me up. Like, woo! So basically, that kind of things are even so sweet. I mean, I like when people call me to record in a song, or I have been collaborating with big guys, big Cuban guys, um, from Chucho Valdez to Omara Portuondo. But when it's surprising, when it's like the surprise, like you are like actually in a festival or something, and then you jump in the stage, that energy, that vibe, that's that's no way to describe it. That's what happens to me actually with a guy, big scores guy called Miguel Agafoverson. He does a strings arrangement for Beyonce, for Adele, big guy in LA. And then he made this huge concert packed of people, and he knew that I was there, that I was in the audience. I didn't know he was gonna call me, and then I jumped in the stage, and I was like, "This is not happening." And it made that actually that guy gave me as a gift music. I mean, strings arrangements for my album Cubafonia for free. I cannot pay that guy's fee, trust me. And he was like, I want to write music for you. So sometimes um, life has teach me that if you have the chance to jump in the stage, if people call you and say, jump here with me, do it, open your heart, because that's the way that collaborations happen in the most beautiful way, because we are all we are all humans, we are all in the same world, in the same industry. So sometimes those people that you think they are not even easy to touch, like how can I get to this guy, sometimes that her word just put them in front to you. So if you have the chance, let them know that you would love to play music with them. And honestly, it works really good. Yeah.
That's so great. Is there anything that you want to close with?
Well, I'm looking forward to perform, like actually perform, make a concert, dance, do stuff pretty soon. I always say that I believe music is gonna save us always. So I'm not as I always say to myself, I'm not scared about COVID because I know music is gonna save me. So because as long as you have positive energy, as long as you are up to do things, you have this vibe to do things in the world. Not sickness is gonna come to you, nothing is gonna happen, because you are creating this aura that is gonna save you, and music helps to do that. So I would love to go one day to Humber College in person. I would love to hug people, to talk to them, to dance, to play music. I would love to have Dana with me too. I would love to have my band that is in Havana, like Crazy Trio, that they are like crazy guys, but I love them so much, and I miss them a lot when I have I have to perform these songs that make me move, and I miss that rhythm, right? So I would love to share that with you guys, and I really hope God bless us and give us that chance to make it soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you both. And just a shout out to Hilario. Thank you for connecting us. Thanks, Andy, for the go ahead, and to our Associate Dean Heather Lowry, and to our Senior Dean Guillermo Acosta. Just really appreciative that we can do this today. This has been really a wonderful time, and thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I have been reading the chat, so I want to say thank you to everybody that have left their beautiful comments here. It's sweet. It's sweet to read it. Makes me feel at least right here, guys.
Well, why don't we turn our screens on if you like, and we can wave goodbye at each other, and until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Upcoming, we'll announce our artists in residence that are coming for the month of February. So if you check back in on our Instagram or Twitter or our Humber events page, we'll have some more artists coming. And thank you to you both. And if you want to see the concert again, we'll have it posted shortly on Humber YouTube channel. Okay? Bye. Take care.
You too, Ashe.
Okay, bye.